Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Pushan ekarshe Yamasurya Prajapatyam Yughrashmin Samuha Tejayate Rupam Kalyanatamam Tate Pashyami Yosau Asau Purusho Soham Asmi. O my Lord, the primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, or regulatory principle, destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal Supreme Personality of Godhead, like unto the sun as I am. So here we are discussing mantra 16 of Isopanisad, which is continuation of the prayers by the devotee to the Lord. And in previous mantra also, Lord was addressed to remove the dazzling effulgence. And here the more attributes, more qualities, different names of God are mentioned. Pushan, Ekarshe, Yama, Surya, Prajapati, Vyuha. So these are different names of God, as will be explained by Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada. And also again that expression was given, Tejayat Terupam Kalyana Tamam. That please remove that effulgence so that we can see your form. Mantra 16. And in this mantra, the famous Soham statement, Soham Asmi. I am also like that, Soham, I am also, as I am. This is very much misused by Mayavadis, by impersonalists, that Soham, I am also like you. So that we will see whether I am or am not. Okay. So, Srila Prabhupada's purport. Immediately after reading this, Prabhupada starts his purports. The sun and its sun rays are one and the same qualitatively. So qualitatively, you may say, I'm like a Lord. Prabhupada immediately starts discussing Soham. That's the first thing he discusses in the purport. Don't misunderstand that you are Supreme Lord. Devotee is offering prayers to the Lord and expressing qualitatively we are one. Why? Because we are eternal. Lord is eternal. We are made of spirit. Lord is a spirit. Sun and its rays are one and the same qualitatively. Similarly, the Lord and the living entities are one and the same in quality. Okay, but is not same in the quantity. The sun is one, but the molecules of sun's rays are innumerable. The sun's rays constitute part of sun, and the sun, its rays conjointly constitute the complete sun. So you may say that I am the absolute truth, in the sense that absolute truth means Lord and His energies. So we are energy of the Lord. So you may say we are absolute truth because we are part of the absolute truth, which is true. But that doesn't mean that you are the ultimate absolute truth, that you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you see, this is how purport starts, immediately straight to the point. What has to be explained, it is explained. That from beginning, don't misunderstand that you are the Lord. Lord and His abode behind the Brahmajyoti. Here Prabhupada continues. The Brahmajyoti is described in Brahma Samhita as the rays emanating from that supreme spiritual planet, Goloka Vrindavan, just as the sun rays emanate from the sun globe. The impersonal philosopher, blinded as they are by the dazzling Brahmajyoti, can realize neither the effectual abode of the Lord nor His transcendental form, poor fount of knowledge. Actually, this expression, poor fount of knowledge, that is Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Ṭhākura expression. You will see after Prabhupada explains this in another quote. So here, what is the point? The point is that blinded as they are by the dazzling Brahmajyoti, due to poor fund of knowledge, the impersonalists neither can see the abode of the Lord, neither his form. That Brahmajyoti covers completely all Vaikuntha planets and the form of the Lord. In this prayer, therefore, Śrīpāda petitions the Lord to remove the effulgent rays of Brahmajyoti so that the pure devotee can see his all blissful transcendental form. So this is very clear. This is amazing how they can misunderstand this. And then Prabhupada goes on to explain paragraph 3, the Lord is Supreme Person. By realizing the impersonal Brahmajyoti, one experiences the auspicious aspects of the Supreme. By realizing Paramatma, one experiences even more auspicious aspect, enlightenment. But by meeting the personality of Godhead himself face to face, the devotee experiences the most auspicious feature of the Supreme. So this is another way how Prabhupada expresses degradation. Since he is addressed as primeval philosopher, Ekarishi, and maintainer, Bhushan, and well-wisher of the universe, Prajapati, the Supreme Truth cannot be impersonal. This is the verdict of Śrīpāda. Now this is important. Why? Because you ascribe so many attributes, so many qualities to the Lord. And then ultimately you want to say is impersonal. The personality possesses intelligence. Who is maintaining you? Who is primeval philosopher? From whom all the knowledge comes? Who is the well-wisher? You see, this is, you can't attach these things to the imperson. No? So this is the great mistake by the Mayavadis. And they say, anirvachaniya. You cannot express with the words the Supreme Lord. But the Lord himself, Shrutestu Shabda Mulatvat, Lord himself say, I am expressed through the words of Vedas. Now, you may say the words are limited, but Lord who is unlimited, he empowers the words to describe him also. Prabhupada said he subjugated himself to the words of Vedas, that he can be described. Otherwise, how he will be described? So in one way you can say we will never understand Lord. That is true. We cannot understand Lord in fully, but we can understand Lord as much as he reveals himself. And that is his omnipotency, that is his power to reveal himself. So all these qualities, they are actually Krishna's qualities, his personal qualities. These are qualities penetrating to his activities, you may say. Primeval philosopher, maintainer, well-wisher. God has so many names, correct? Some are describing his qualities, some are describing his activities. But these are all the attributes of the Lord. You can't separate personality from these qualities. Who is primeval philosopher? Impersonal Brahman. It's a difficult one. No. Then to whom you are offering prayer? To non-person. Then what is the point of offering prayers? If there is no person to hear you, you have phone number, but nobody is there to pick up on the other side. It's unusual. It's an unusual concept. The word Bhushan, maintain, is especially significant for all that the Lord maintains all beings. He especially maintains his devotees. Okay. Now why is this said? Why would this, look at this. The Bhushan maintain, especially significant. For all that the Lord maintains all beings, he specifically maintains his devotees. Why is this said? Okay, samoham samabhu. Yeah, but what is the point? The point is here related to the shloka. Look at the shloka. My Lord, primary maintainer, regulating principle, destination pure devotee, well-wisher of progenitors of mankind, please remove effulgence, I can see you. You are eternal Supreme Lord, like unto the sun as I am. The question is that devotee, the Lord will reveal himself to the devotees. Though he takes care of everyone, but he reveals himself to his devotees. He is not removing this dazzling effulgence to impersonalists. He is not revealing his form and his abode to others. He is revealing himself to his devotees. So therefore Prabhupada is stressing this point, that devotee will get that mercy. No? Bhushan, especially significant for although the Lord maintains all beings, he specifically maintains his devotees. After passing the personal Brahmajyoti and seeing the personal aspect of the Lord, and his most auspicious eternal form, the devotee realizes the absolute truth in full. So devotee is recipient of Lord's mercy. And by Lord's mercy, one can see him. But for that, how he get this mercy? He accepts Lord as a person. He accepts superiority. He accepts that Lord is source of all qualities. He subordinates to him. He obeys him. He serves him. He loves him. And then Lord reciprocates. Oh, for your love, I reciprocate with love. That's the idea. Okay, Prabhupada quotes Bhagavad Sardar Jiva Goswami. The complete conception of the absolute truth is realized in the personality of Godhead because he is almighty and possesses full transcendental potencies. So this is how we realize Krishna. When we say Krishna, Krishna means Krishna and his potencies. They are not separate from him. Okay. The full potency of absolute truth is not realized in Brahma Jyoti. Therefore, Brahman realization is partial realization of Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the point. No, again, yesterday you asked the question, so we were discussing. Okay. Then Śrīla Jiva Goswami explains here, Bhagavan, Bha, has two meanings. The first is one who fully maintains, and second is guardian. The second syllable, Ga, Bhaga, means guide, leader, or creator. The syllable one indicates that every being lives in him, and that he also lives in every being. Usually we say Bhagavan, one who possesses the opulences, that is general translation. But you can see this translation is very amazing. In other words, the transcendental sound Bhagavan represents infinitive knowledge, potency, energy, opulence, strength, and influence, all without a tinge of material inebriety. All transcendental qualities of the Lord, Bhagavan. So then Prabhupada explained this, maintainer, guide, leader of devotee, those qualities which Lord is addressed in the shloka. The Lord fully maintains his unalloyed devotees and he guides them progressively on the path toward devotional perfection. Okay, so this is the point, that because they are devotees, they are surrendered to him, they accept him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they accept him as their maintainer, as their guide, as their leader, then Lord leads them. What is shloka from Bhagavad Gita? 10:10. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. So Krishna gives intelligence to whom? Satatayuktanam bhajatam, who are always endeavoring to serve me. That must be there. So then Lord is pleased, you see. So this is here. As the leader of his devotees, he ultimately was the desired result of devotional service by giving himself to them. The devotees of the Lord see the Lord eye to eye by his causeless mercy. Thus the Lord helps his devotee reach the supermost spiritual plane, Goloka Vrindavan. So this is the difference between impersonalists and the devotees. They are trained by their own knowledge, by their own sense control, by their own power to achieve the Lord. But here, devotee depends on the Lord, surrenders to the Lord and gets the mercy of the Lord. What is 10:11? Tesham eva anukampartam aham agyanajam tamaha nashamya atma bhavastu jnana deepena bhasvata. What is the meaning? Eva anukampa. Anukampa means out of causeless mercy. What Krishna does? Agyana jamtamaha nashamya. He destroys agyana. How? By torch of knowledge. Jnana deepena. You see? He gives the knowledge how to come to him, how to be free, how to conquer the senses, how to think of him, how to not be in Maya. No? So here, being the creator, he can bestow all necessary qualifications upon his devotees so they can ultimately reach him. And this is the point. He is creator. He can do anything. He can give us qualification how to reach him. That is the concept of bhakti. Consequently, he enjoys his own self by manifesting his own internal potency. Okay. The external potency is not exactly manifested by him, for he expands himself as Purushas, and it is in these forms that he maintains the features of material manifestation. So here it's hinted that actually Lord wants devotees, and all the jivas indeed, to come back home, back to Godhead, to enjoy with him in spiritual world. That is really a place of enjoyment. Material world is created by the desire of jiva. And Lord expands into Purusha avatars and they maintain that. And Lord is what he does. Consequently, he enjoys his own self by manifesting his own internal potency. He enjoys spiritual world. Manifesting his own internal potency here particularly refers to Srimati Radharani, which is Swarupa Shakti, which is first pleasure-giving potency, Hladini Shakti of the Lord. So Lord is already said, this is the place for enjoyment. This is where all jiva should be there. No? The external part is not exactly manifested by him. How can you say that? Of course, in this sense, that his primary thing is to perform pastimes with his devotees. Now jivas, rebellious jivas wanted to enjoy separately. For that Lord creates some place for them. Okay, you go there. And he expands into Purusha avatars to manage that. But Krishna enjoys his own self by manifesting his own internal potency. He does not need material world for his pleasure. Indeed, he doesn't need anybody for his pleasure. But he likes to share his pleasure with jivas. And jivas will be satisfied and pleased and achieve topmost happiness by that. Okay, so what happened is that, then Prabhupada continued, jivas imitate Supreme Lord. Living entities are also differentiated expansions of the Lord's self. And because some of them desire to be lords and imitate the Supreme Lord, he allows them to enter into the cosmic creation with the option to fully utilize their propensity to lord it over nature. Okay, so this is the reason why jiva came to material world. Because of the presence of his parts and parcel, the living entities, the entire phenomenal world is stirred into action and reaction. So now, if even people believe in God, but they don't have a knowledge, proper knowledge of God and his potencies, then they blame God. That I know God created this, but why so much suffering? Why Lord put us here? Why Lord should put you here? Why government without reason put anybody in the jail? We did something wrong. We desire to enjoy separately from the Lord. Ichcha dvesha samutana, dvandva mohena bharata. We had desire to enjoy dvesh. And that itself is expression to enjoy separately from Lord. That itself is expression of envy of the Lord. We're not accepting that he is supreme enjoyer. We wanted to be in the center of enjoyment. And when jiva comes to material world, that's all what it does. It's just trying to enjoy material world all the time, being in the center, being the enjoyer. Okay. So, who is moving material world? The Lord? No. Because of presence of his part and parcels, the living entities, entire phenomenal world is steered into action and reaction. Therefore, suffering. Why? Because jivas are doing mess. Yeah? And how much suffering you cause to other living entities, you will experience this much suffering back. And how much jiva can cause suffering to other jivas, it's amazing also. Because both are in illusion. Once you identify that I'm in this body, then any harm to the body is horrifying, it's really something, bad, painful experience. But it's for the spirit soul, which has nothing to do with material world, the all painful experiences in material world are just like in dream. In dream you may dream the tiger is attacking you, Or you may dream somebody put court case on you. And then you wake up, oh, it's not that true. So, it's a big relief, But in dream, it's real. Anybody had dream like this? Somebody is attacking you, You had, no? So it's absolutely real. It's so much pain, But then when you wake up, what a nightmare, Like this. Same thing. As soon as we realize I'm spirit soul, I'm part and parcel of God, all the pains of material existence cease to be, bus, finish, gone. Even to extent that the Mahabhagavata does not experience dualities of material world, does not feel the pain also. Because it's not identifying with body anymore. Can tolerate extreme. Haridas Ṭhākura, beaten on 20 marketplaces. Correct? 22. And then when he met devotees and Lord Chaitanya started speaking about it, he said, "My Lord, I did not feel any pain." Of course, Lord Chaitanya removed chadar and showed his back full of beating marks. Say, I put my back, I took it. So this is how it is. This is how the Lord saved his devotees. Soul has nothing to do with material body or material pain or these sufferings, but because identifies horror. It's so much suffering, It's so heavy. Material is so heavy, but because of deep illusion, sadhus are not disturbed. They understand. A body is like this. A madman thinks he's punishing somebody, he's killing somebody. Yesterday we got the news that in America, again in the school, one boy was, his ex-girlfriend got the new boyfriend. And it's not him anymore. So he quarreled with ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. And because of that, so much commotion he created, and they threw him out of the school. And he took gun, came back to the school and killed 17 children and teachers there. He's 19, And they are all in horror. In the school he came, and you know what a gun he purchased. Crazy America, you can purchase guns, in any shop, Anybody can purchase gun. If you have money, you can get a gun, Not so wise idea, And then now all the state is horrified. And you know how you feel. You are identified as a mother of some innocent daughter girl who was just good student, just going to the school peacefully, innocently, and got killed there by some madman who is just angry at everyone because his girlfriend has a new boyfriend. Sounds innocent, girlfriend, boyfriend, but look what they are doing. Because of attachment, he went mad. Because of ego, I'll revenge. And why did all people get killed? Because they're not innocent. Nobody is innocent in material world. They have previous karma for previous life. So self-realized soul can understand. Previous life you have killed, now you are killed. But because they identify with body, they have no philosophy. Now all country is in state of shock. What to speak of somebody rapes your daughter or something like that? It's horror. It's such a shocking thing. You would kill him. He deserves to be killed. But we understand nothing happens without permission of the Lord. Why would Lord permit raping of 4 years old, 8 years old? Yesterday again in news was some doctor raped 8 years old girl and killed her. Is this sick? The jiva which left the Lord, which has no knowledge, is no better than animal. Is worse than animal. I never heard animal raping anybody around. Only humans will do that. So more jiva is in ignorance, more is harming self and others. And unless we know that jivas also who suffer, they are suffering in reaction of their bad karma, we will not be peaceful, we will be disturbed, and then we'll blame God. Why God is allowing this? These atheists survived, and my pious daughter who went to church every Sunday died. God is not there. I'll not go to the church anymore. This is one of parents gave an interview yesterday. Because does not know what is punya, what is papa, what is karma, what is previous life, what is next life, why there is suffering, why Lord created this world. Because they think Lord created the world for us to enjoy. Then why God created this crazy man shooting around with guns? You see? But look at this simple sentence. One sentence of Prabhupada explains the mystery. Because of presence of parts and parceling, and this entire phenomenal world is steered into action and reaction. Because they wanted to Lord. And now so many jivas are there and everybody wants to be Lord. then what will happen? Clash will happen. That's the point. That's the point. Yeah? Everybody wants. Even 10 cows together, one cow with biggest horn, I am in charge. Every living entity has this. Dogs, they come together, one dog bites another. Why are you biting? Just to show I am supreme. Correct? Till bigger dog comes. And this is what is material world. Correct? What did Hitler wanted to do? Conquer everyone. He thought, I am supreme. Huh? What did Stalin wanted to do? I am supreme, at least in Russia. Mao Zedong, how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of people he killed? Actually, historian says millions of people he killed. Why? I am supreme ruler, at least of China. Alexander the Great, was he really so great? No, he's another fool who thinking, I am the supreme. I'll conquer everyone. And he was conquered by that one arrow. In India, he got shot in India. Amazing. It's meaningful, no? Maybe he got some knowledge in India and stopped fighting, I thought that type of arrow would be suitable, He died. So many. And now Mr. Trump is putting on trumpet. I'm supreme. Same fool like everyone else. In the same destiny he will reach. So we have to have this knowledge. Okay, here. But the ultimate controller is Lord himself in his plenary features, Paramatma, the Super Soul, who is one of the Purushas. That we were already discussing. Paramatma is the controller and the Atma is the controlled. Once you understand this, then the whole course of action is changed. Therefore, they are in different categories. Because the Paramatma fully cooperates with Atma, he is known as the constant companion of the living being. The all-pervading feature of the Lord, which exists in all circumstances, of waking and sleep, as well as the potential states, and from which the Jiva Shakti living force is generated as both conditioned and liberated souls, is known as Brahman. Since the Lord is the origin of both Paramatma and Brahman, he is the origin of all living entities and also all else that exists. So this is explained here, that ultimately the difference between Jiva and the Lord and how Paramatma feature controls Jivas who are conditioned and even Jivas who are liberated, they are also under the control of the Lord. And here Prabhupada discusses now the topic. The Lord favors his devotees. Those who know this engage at once in devotional service of the Lord. Iti matva bhajantema. Such pure and fully cognizant devotee of the Lord are fully attached to him in heart and soul. And whenever such devotees assemble with similar devotees, they have no engagement but the glorification of Lord's transcendental activities. What are these? Yeah, these are two shlokas, Aham Sarvasya Prabho, and then Machita Matkata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam, Kathayantascha Nityam, Tushanticha, Ramanticha. Okay, so it's not that every time Prabhupada gives the shloka, he just speaks the shlokas out spontaneously, Those who are not as perfect as the pure devotees, namely those who realize only Brahman or Paramatma features of the Lord, cannot appreciate the activities of perfect devotees. Neither they can understand Lord fully, neither they can understand devotees fully. Okay, you are devotee of Krishna, but why these tears, why sentiment, why dancing, why control yourself? You are not this body, Why are you so emotional? They criticize in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Varanasi, Mayavadi sannyasis. Okay, you are attached to Krishna, but this is all, Krishna, this form and lilas, this is all Maya, Don't express your emotion. Emotion means material, but it's not true. The soul has emotions. The Lord always helps the pure devotees by imparting necessary knowledge within their hearts. And thus, out of his special favor, he dissipates all the darkness of ignorance. Okay, so Prabhupada continues now. Next shlokas of Chatur Shloki of Bhagavad Gita, correct? The speculative philosophers and yogis cannot imagine this because they more or less depend on their own strength. Of course, we are counting Lord's mercy, But we also have to be reasonable. We have to do our part of the job also. Because that attitude of surrender, that attracts the mercy of the Lord. We can't just, then we come like a Christians, they say, just believe in Jesus and do all kinds of sin and He will forgive you. And this is really extreme. How you show love to Jesus? You follow what He says. No? There is one fellow called the Incarnation of Jesus, he claims himself. He's a Jesus the man. De Souza, I forgot his name. He's preaching in Puerto Rico. He says, Jesus came and died for our sins. So I don't believe in sins anymore. No sin, you can't sin. Jesus died for our sins. Whatever sins we did, Jesus died for our sins. So He took our sins on Himself. So no more sin. So reporter is asking, Sir, isn't not this dangerous philosophy that you open door to all kinds of sin? Now you do whatever you want to do, but no more sinning, no? No sins. Jesus died. What's the meaning? He died on the cross. He died for our sins. But He has problem with past, present and future, no? Jesus died for all sins you already committed, not that you have to go on committing more sins. No? Correct? And that's what He said. He said, I don't believe in sin. So anything you do, whatever you do, no more sin. Jesus died in sin. And such a faith I have. 1 million followers. 1 million followers. Indeed, all world is, I think, 7 billion followers are there because nobody follows anything, They do whatever they want to do. They don't believe in sin. They don't believe in karma. They do not believe they'll get reaction. Why this boy is shooting around? Because he doesn't believe that there is a reaction to it. Anyway, he's already in jail, so part 1 reaction came. You see? This is big illusion. 1 million followers. In the name of religion, spreading atheism. Isn't that telling us that don't do any more sin? No, that's the idea. No? So, anyway, they cannot understand devotees, they cannot understand the Lord, nothing. Astarikata Upanishad, 1-23, the Lord can be known only by those whom He favors, not by anyone else. Now, this should not be, again, misunderstood. That Lord whimsically just picks up, oh, okay, you, and see the rest tomorrow. It's not just by random Lord picks up whimsically, Not like that. But the fact is, Lord can be known only by those whom He favors. Those who He chooses, He reveals Himself. But whom He chooses. Such special favors are bestowed upon His pure devotees only. Śrīpāda thus points out to the favor of the Lord, which is beyond the purview of Brahmajyoti. So what is the prayer? Please, Lord, remove the Brahmajyoti. I'm your devotee. I want to see your form. I want to see your abode. I want to render service unto you. No? So this is very nice. So this special mercy, this is really very important in our philosophy, but should not be misused. Again, you have many devotees now emphasizing preaching just mercy of Guru. My Guru is special Guru because Prabhupada say he is special. And then just by his mercy will be delivered. And if I follow strictly or I don't follow strictly, it doesn't matter, but my Guru is so powerful, he will deliver. That's another illusion. That you want to escape surrender by protecting yourself behind the powerful Guru. I have my Guru, very powerful, very merciful. He will save us. Your Guru is not so merciful and not so powerful, so you have to do more endeavor. You have to follow strictly. Our Guru, very merciful and powerful. You see? That's also bluff. That's also not proper understanding. We have to do our part. We have to please Krishna. How do you show love for Krishna? You follow what he says. How do you show love for Guru? You follow what he says. We struggle, we pray. Okay, we are not able to follow. Fine. Then you pray. Be honest. Krishna, Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, Gaurnitai, I'm not able to follow. Please help me. Give me strength, give me shakti, give me intelligence. Put me proper track. I don't want to be in Maya. Maya is suffering. I don't want to be dishonest. I don't want to cheat. I don't want to fall down. I don't want to fall down. I don't want to disturb. I don't want to break vows I given to my Guru Maharaj and in front of Yagya, in front of Vaishnavas, in front of deities, And please give me strength. But not that, Guru will say, he's very powerful. It's atheism. You don't believe that you'll get reaction. You don't believe, that God knows everything. It's not good. This is not good business. But the attitude should be there. Even you have all kinds of, even if you break all 4 principles, but that attitude should be there. Lord, please help me. I want to improve. Apichetsu duracharo, bhajati mam ananyabhag. Sadhu reva samantavya. Krishna says, certainly he is sadhu because he wants to serve me due to weakness of heart. He has fallen down. But not that again and again, then you do it. Not that consciously you conspire and consciously you endeavor and then again and again and again and they say, Guru is so merciful, Guru is so merciful. And how many times? They caught a thief in Mayapur. One boy joined and they caught him. And they brought him to Prabhupada. And thief saw Prabhupada and bow down, catch Prabhupada's feet. Swamiji, please forgive, please forgive, please forgive. I want to be devotee, I want to serve you, I want to serve Krishna. So police already came. Everybody is looking now at Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, what can I do? I have to forgive him. So police people were upset that, it is some big mess and, it's not good and this, that. What can I do? Our nature is like, we have to forgive him. So Prabhupada forgave him. After 1 month, they caught him again stealing. Prabhupada said, he didn't even want to see him. Call police. Finish. So, apichetsu duracharo, see the purpose. Prabhupada said, due to weakness of heart, if somebody does mistake, that is forgiven. But consciously, planning, I will do this, I will do that. No, that is not forgiven. That is Maya, that is offense. Namno baladhyasya hi papa buddhir. Navidyate tasya mahishari. That is offense. Committing sinful activities and thinking Guru will save me, Krishna will save me, they are so kind, they are forgiving. There's that kindness. If kindness is there, that some punishment is also awarded. There's also kindness. Okay, here, some quotes from Srila Prabhupada. The impersonalist and the yogis attain liberation only after much trouble and many, many births. Even then, the liberation they achieve, merging into impersonal Brahmajyoti of the Lord, is only partial, and there is a risk of returning to this material world. But the devotee, simply by understanding the transcendental nature of the body and activities of the Lord, attains the abode of the Lord after ending this body and does not return the risk of returning to this material world. What is the shloka? Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. Who knows? Those who knows my transcendental nature, my activities, appearance, janma, karma, my activities, then they do not return to material world again. Okay. So far, a devotee, there is no difficulty in approaching the Supreme immediately and directly. But for those who are following impersonal way to spiritual realization, the path is difficult. They have to understand the unmanifested representation of Supreme through such Vedic literatures as the Upanishads, and they have to learn the language, understand the non-perceptual feelings, and realize all these processes. Now, you understand, what is that shloka in 12th canto? 12.5. Kleshodikataras tesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hikatir dukkham dehavabdiravapyate. Those who are in the body, in body and souls, used to have forms, feelings, and seeing other forms and experiencing other feelings. Now, no form, no feelings. How to understand the concept? What is the concept? Unmanifested representation of Supreme. Suddenly, I told you, we met one doctor and he's talking to us, and one moment he's looking strange. I say, what happened? I want to see you as Nirakar, unmanifested. Hello, I'm here, I'm fully manifested. It's difficult. How you are going to see? For the embodied soul, it's very difficult to do that. No, unmanifested. And then you have to learn the Upanishad language. Aham brahmasmi, tattvamasi, soham, sarvam kalavidam brahma. No, so many, And then to learn the language means you will see there is a quote, Brahman, to what it refers. Understand the non-perceptual feelings. What is non-perceptual feelings? Prabhupada is joking. Non-perceptual feelings. Feeling is feeling. Feelings which you cannot perceive. It's a no feeling. And realize all these processes. This is not very easy for common man. A person in Krishna consciousness engaged in devotional service simply by the guidance of bona fide spiritual master, simply by offering regulative obeisances unto the deities, simply by hearing the glories of the Lord, simply by eating the remnants of foodstuffs offered to the Lord, realizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead very easily. And not so easy also. But it's easy. The process is easy. Because we are not sincere, that is a different thing. But the process is easy. It is the mercy of the Lord. There is no doubt that the impersonalists are unnecessarily taking troublesome path with the risk of not realizing absolute truth at the ultimate end. But the personalist, without any risk, trouble or difficulty, approaches Supreme Personality directly. So this is from the Bhagavad Gita 12.5. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that in order to show special favor to His pure devotees, He personally eradicates the dense darkness of all misgivings by switching on the light of pure knowledge within the heart of a devotee. Therefore, because of personality, God has taken charge of illuminating the heart of a devotee. Certainly a devotee engaging his service in transcendental love cannot remain in darkness. He comes to know everything of the absolute and the relative truths. The devotee cannot remain in darkness, and because the devotee is enlightened by personality of Godhead, his knowledge is certainly perfect. This is not the case for those who speculate on absolute truth by dint of their own limited power and approach. Perfect knowledge is called parampara, or deductive knowledge, coming from the authority to the submissive oral receiver who is bona fide by service and surrender. Now these are the qualifications. What is it? Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So what is it? You have to approach submissively Guru, pariprashna, asking question, sevaya, render service. This is the way of receiving oral reception from the Guru. We have to hear. What is that? Samidpani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Shrotriyam means learn what you learn. Shruti. Shrotriyam comes from Shruti, hearing the Shruti. Shruti means that which is heard. You have to hear the Vedas. You have to hear the transcendental sound vibration from the Guru. That is... Okay. Then of course, already somebody quoted Samuham Sarabhutashu. You said? Yes. I envy no one, nor am partial to anyone, Krishna says. I am equal to all. But then comes the but. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is friend in me, and I also friend to him. The example is often given that Lord is like a desired tree, and whatever one wants from this desired tree, the Lord supplies. But here the explanation is more complete. The Lord is here stated to be partial to the devotees. This is the manifestation of Lord's special mercy to the devotees. Who remembers one example given in that purport? Prabhupada gives example in that shloka. I believe in that shloka. Huh? Three. I don't remember the tree. What is the example with the tree? Tree gives shade. What? What did he say? Huh? It's a different example. And who said?
Mother is equal to all the kids.
Exactly, that's the example. That parents, they give sweets to all the children in the street. But they keep some extra for their own. There's no fault in that. That's natural. No? So same thing Prabhupada explained. It's natural that the Lord will have affection for his devotee. The Lord's reciprocation should not be considered to be under the laws of karma. It belongs to transcendental situation in which the Lord and his devotees function. So, no partiality. Why? This is very important to understand. Samoham sarabhuteshu na me dveshtusti na priyaha. Everybody gets according to his karma. I'm not involving. It's not that, then why you are favoring devotee? Because he is rendering transcendental service, I reciprocate to transcendental service. It's not because of their karma. It's not because of their good or bad karma, and it's not because whimsically I'm choosing somebody. You see? Look at the sentence. It belongs to transcendental situation in which Lord and devotees function. This is not considered under the laws of karma. According to karma, Paramatma feature. Samoham sarabhuteshu na me dveshtusti na priyaha. Everyone gets equal according to karma. For all materialistic men, Lord is equal. Whatever you do, this is what you get. I'm not involving. But for devotees, he is involving. Why? Because they don't act under the karma. They act directly for his pleasure. He is involving. So don't consider this karma, don't consider this whimsical by the Lord. Don't consider it partial. It's not partial. It's a loving exchanges. Why? Because transcendental situation, Lord and his devotee function. It's not material concept. The pure devotee always has Krishna within his heart. And with the presence of Krishna, who is like the sun, the darkness of ignorance is at once dissipated. This is the special mercy rendered to the pure devotee of Krishna. Okay. Confidential devotees of the Lord see in every step a benedictory direction of the Lord. Now you see, this is how devotees deserve the mercy, really. They see in every step Lord's plan, good for me. Whatever circumstances, my Lord, you want me to serve, I'll serve you. Today I'm in one place, tomorrow I'm in another place, tomorrow I'm externally, materially favorable circumstances, tomorrow in unfavorable circumstances. These are all, every step is benedictory direction of the Lord. Is all good for me. What is considered to be an odd or difficult moment in mundane sense is accepted as special mercy of the Lord. You see, these are devotees who deserve mercy, who see like that. Mundane prosperity is a kind of material fever. And by the grace of the Lord, the temperature of this material fever is gradually diminished. And spiritual health is obtained step by step. Mundane people misunderstand it. Mundane people think. Man asked question on our TV program that 18 years are going every year offering Deepa to Balaji. Why I'm not getting better business? No? So, why he is not getting better business? It's a mercy of the Lord. No? How is mercy of the Lord? You see, if he is doing devotion service to achieve Lord with love and devotion, Lord will reciprocate more. Now, if he is approaching for material things, Lord is giving him according to his karma. Okay. Or maybe Lord thought, if I give him money, he won't bring Deepa anymore. Now 80 years he is coming bringing me Deepa. Correct? But mundane people misunderstand. He thinks, oh, he is not reciprocating. Yeah? What is the example? Look what Prabhupada say. Material prosperity is kind of material fever. So if fever, by the grace of Lord, fever gradually diminish, means our material prosperity diminish. And spiritual health is obtained step by step. That's good. Okay. Foolish people think that devotion service is flattering the Lord to get special mercy. Okay? This is exactly my father, who has a communist background. Communists, they don't believe in God, but they thought that Lenin is a God. Or Marx and Engels, as you like. There are three gods, Marx, Engels and Lenin. Similar to Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, they said. So, what did they think? He is telling, do with your own hands. Why you want to pray to God now? You do, you work hard. You go, Get your bread. Work. Prove yourself. No, weakness, some weakness. This religion, this is weakness, Oh, God, help me, help me. What help you? Push, by your own intelligence, your own hand, your own education. Do something, maintain yourself. Why you are so weak praying to God? Look what Prabhupada said. Foolish people think that devotional service is flattering the Lord to get special mercy. Yeah? You're not able to manage yourself. You're weak. Darwin says, survival of the fittest. Correct? You won't survive. Come on, be men. Eunuch you are. What is this now? Praying. There's that, what is it called? Praying martins. That's the small insect called praying martins. Called like this, So my father told me, you now became praying martins. Okay. Factually, the pure devotees who are engaged in the transcendental love service of the Lord are not mercantile community. They are not business people. You see what Prabhupada says? Devotees, they are not businessmen. They are not going to Lord to make a deal. Many people go to Balaji. Balaji, I give this much. We'll make you, another man was explained, this contractor explained. 3 partners are there. I say, okay. Me and him. I say, okay. And Balaji. He is the 3rd partner. He is sharing 30%. Business is running. But, so he was proposing, you building temple, come on, make partner the Lord. Lord is not partner, He is the Lord. He's not partner, We have partnership begging Him, please Lord, can we serve you, What are people? Mercantile house renders service to someone in exchange for values. Okay, businessman will give you something, you pay for it, no? The pure devotees does not render service unto the Lord for such an exchange, and therefore the full mercy of Lord is open for him. Now it's good. You come to temple and pray for money, okay, at least you came to the temple. But you won't get full benefit. You may get money, but you may not get full bhakti. No? But here the devotees who do not ask for exchange, they get the full mercy. Suffering and needy men, inquisitive persons, or philosophers make temporary connections with the Lord to serve particular purpose. You see that? Those who are in suffering and need, they come to temple. But once their prayers are fulfilled, they stop coming to temple. Inquisitive persons, philosophers make temporary connection also with the Lord for particular purpose. When the purpose is served, there is no more relation with the Lord. A suffering man, if he is pious at all, prays to Lord for his recovery. But as soon as recovery is over, in most cases, suffering man no longer cares to keep any connection with the Lord. The mercy of the Lord is open for him, but he is reluctant to receive it. So don't blame God as partial. Lord is ready to give mercy. You don't want to take it. You don't want to receive it. You say, Lord, I come next time. Just let me take care a little bit. Indra was cursed. He became pig. Got married. Have children. So Brahma and other devatas have pity on him, and also commotion in heavenly plans. There is no king. It's a dangerous place. So they arranged that his curse was forgiven. So they came to take him back. And say, Indra, come back. Oh, I cannot leave my family, my small piggies, and my beautiful piggy wife, I can't leave. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to go to heavenly plan. No? See what is illusion. So same thing. This man gets cured. He believes, God help me. God help me, definitely God help me, There was that lady, Krishnas, you told me. They came for darshan open. She had a darshan and prayers. Of a pranam came out, phone is ringing. Finally, family agree to register land in your name. Ah, Krishna, Krishna. She's shouting, some big realization, No? But I didn't see her next Sunday. Job done. She believes Krishna helped him. 100% she is convinced. Krishna helped me. I got the land by Krishna's mercy. No? Now we don't need anything, so we don't want to bother the Lord. They're such a generous people. That is the difference between pure devotee and mixed devotee. Pure devotee wants full mercy. Those who are completely against the service of the Lord and considered to be an abject darkness. Those who ask for Lord's favor only at the time of necessity are partial recipients of mercy of the Lord. And those who are 100% engaged in service of the Lord are full recipients of the mercy of the Lord. Such partiality in receiving the Lord's mercy is relative to the recipient, and it is not due to partiality of the merciful, all-merciful Lord. So this is very instructive. This we should understand. Everybody can get mercy. Who is stopping you to get mercy? Oh, Lord is favoring you, is not favoring me. Go and ask. And then you take it. But they don't want. Now, Indra said, just they are so small piglets, let them grow a little bit, then I will go. This is what we do. No? Just to finish college, just to get a little money, just to pay the loan, just to, but it doesn't work like that. No? It doesn't work. Okay, here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna says, Amabaje mage vishaya sukha, amrita chare vishya mage ei bada murka. Ami vigya ei murka vishaya kene diba, swachara namrita diya vishaya bulaiba. I don't know Bengali, sorry for pronunciation. Krishna says, if one engages in my transcendental loving service, but at the same time wants the opulence of material enjoyment, he is very, very foolish. Indeed, he is like a person who gives up ambrosia, nectar, to drink poison. Since I am very intelligent, Ami Vigya, since I am very intelligent, why should I give this full material prosperity? Instead, I shall induce him to take the nectar of the shelter of my lotus feet and make him forget illusory material enjoyment. If a devotee maintains some material desire and at the same time very sincerely desires to engage at the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna may directly give him unalloyed devotional service and take away all his material desires and possessions. This is Lord's special favor. Sometimes happen, don't worry, we are not so surrendered. But Prabhupada said that astrologer predicted that he will be a great businessman like Tata. But he said, then Krishna smashed all my business. He went to Vrindavan, took sannyas. Of course, we know that's not the only reason Prabhupada took sannyas. But he is a teacher, he is a acharya, he is showing, I got special mercy. Special mercy I got. Dhanam Shanai. So here, Prabhupada says, Mayavadi philosophers cannot understand the simple facts explained in Bhagavad Gita, and yet they are very proud of being Vedantists. Sometimes, therefore, we refer to the Vedanta philosophers Vedantists, those who have no teeth. V means without, and Dante means possessing a teeth. The statements of Shankara philosophy, which are the teeth of Mayavad philosopher, are always broken by strong arguments of Vaishnava philosophers such as great acharyas, especially Ramanuja Acharya. Śrīpāda Ramanuja Acharya and Madhvācārya break the teeth of Mayavadi philosopher, who can therefore be called Vedantists. Toothless. So next time when you see them, oh, Vedantists are here. And they will be so proud, thinking you call them Vedantists. Of course, this is a little joke. It must be there, because they really do harm by not presenting Krishna as he is, by trying to hide the transcendental form of Krishna, and by being envy on his pastimes. So we have a little right to mock and joke on them a little bit. Okay, so by analytical study of Krishna and his person, it is concluded that he is the complete whole. When he meditates, therefore, this is from Krishna book, that Krishna in the morning does meditation. Okay? When he meditates, therefore, he meditates on himself. Now this is interesting. They say, you see, Krishna is not God, because he sat and meditated. But he is God. But here is explained, he meditated on himself to teach others. Householders should do in the morning. Take bath, do the puja, do the meditation, do the yagya, give in charity. So Krishna followed. So everybody has to sit in meditation. So Krishna sat in meditation. So what is he meditating upon? And Acharya says, on himself. Okay, self-meditation by ordinary man, designating such as soham, is simply imitation. Now, Krishna is God, so he meditates on God, thinking, I am the God. But now Jiva is sitting and thinking, I am God. Soham. So what? Nothing happens, no, but that meditation, your own progress. Krishna may meditate on himself because he is the complete whole. But we cannot imitate him and meditate on ourselves. Our body's designation superimposed upon ourselves, the soul. Means you didn't choose your body. You are conditioned. No? You chosen your body? In one way, yes, by our activities. But in one way, no. We are simply born by force. Krishna's body is not a designation. Krishna's body is also Krishna. There is no existence of anything foreign in Krishna. Whatever there is in Krishna is also Krishna, absolute nature. He is therefore the supreme, indestructible, complete existence or the supreme truth. Okay, one more quote. Lord Krishna and Arjun's reaching the Brahmajyoti. You know that Leela when Krishna and Arjun went to searching the sons of a Brahmana. And then they went to see Mahavishnu. So they crossed the coverings of the universe. Once you come out of the universe, what do you see? Brahmajyoti. Lord Krishna and Arjun's reaching the Brahmajyoti region is describing Harivamsha. In that portion of Vedic literature, Krishna informs Arjun, "My dear Arjun, the glaring effulgence, the transcendental light you are seeing is my bodily rays. O chief of descendants of Bharata, this Brahmajyoti is I, myself. As the sun disk and the sunshine cannot be separated, Krishna and his bodily rays, the Brahmajyoti, cannot be separated. Thus Krishna claims that Brahmajyoti is he himself. This is clearly stating Harivamsha when Krishna says, Aham Saha. The Brahmajyoti is a combination of minute particles known as spiritual sparks or the living entities known as Chitkarna. So yesterday we were discussing, what is emanating from the Lord's body? Millions of jivas, shining jivas sparks are coming out. Apart from that, there are spiritual energies also emanating. The Vedic words, Soham, or I am the Brahmajyoti, can also be applied to the living entities who can also claim to belong to Brahmajyoti, because they actually consist the Brahmajyoti. Millions of jivas are shining, that is effulgence of Brahmajyoti. So, aham, soham, yes, you are also Brahmajyoti. You are also shining in Brahmajyoti. In the Harivamsha, Krishna further explains, this Brahmajyoti is an expansion of my spiritual energy. Correct? Jivas, these are spiritual energy. The Mayavadi philosopher says that we are God, everyone is God. But we say that, yes, everyone is God, but not that God, the supreme God. Everyone is American, but not that all Americans like President Nixon. This common sense knowledge, the Mayavadi hasn't got. But they are puffed up. Oh, I am the same. Soham. There is a spiritual leader in North India, in Rishikesh, called Soham Baba. You understand the message. I am the same. How you are the same? If you are the same, why you are fallen in this condition? They will say, it's Maya, it's illusion. No, why you are in illusion? If you are great, God is great. If you are that great, then why you are captured by illusion? Then illusion is greater than God, not God is great. This common sense philosophy, they do not understand. Therefore, my Guru Maharaj used to say, poor fund of knowledge. Whenever he used to designate this Mayavadi philosopher, he would say, poor fund of knowledge. And Prabhupada just repeated that sentence, poor fund of knowledge. Okay, oh, some more quotes are there. Okay, so I will simplify, and there's Acharya's purport, we have this yours. Okay, Soham does not mean I am God. I am godly. I am part and parcel of God. Okay? Then, at the present moment, being illusioned by different material designation, we are thinking different way. I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm Brahman, I'm Shudra, I'm this, I'm that. These are all designations, upadhis. And Krishna consciousness means, I am Krishna's. Aham Brahmasmi, Soham, I am as good as Krishna, or I am Krishna's. I am eternal servant of Krishna. This consciousness is required to invoke. This is what is the meaning of this. Okay. The simple knowledge that I am not this body, I am Aham Brahmasmi, the Vedic language, Soham. Soham means I am the same spirit soul as the super soul, as Krishna. I am qualitatively one. As Krishna is Satchitananda Vigraha, similarly I am also Satchitananda, part and parcel. The difference is that I am very minute As we have several times explained, the minute particle of gold is also gold. No? So this is famous example. So now this is another one. Just another aspect of explaining. All jivas are prakriti, to be enjoyed by God. The prakriti is not purusha. So Mayavadi philosopher is wrong. They pose themselves, soham. Soham, I am the same. How can you be the same? Shastra said, you living entity of prakriti. How can you become same? You purusha. This is a mistake. How prakriti? How can woman become a man? Artificially one can become. Here also, so-called woman, Prabhupada is in the West, London. Here also, so-called women, they also purusha. They are thinking purusha. Purusha means enjoyer. Here woman is also thinking to enjoy, and so-called man is also thinking to enjoy. Everyone purusha. Nobody wants to serve. Everyone wants to be served. Purusha attitude. Everyone wants to be served. Nobody wants to serve. This is the material conception of life. See that? So there is another understanding that we are prakriti, we are not purusha. So how can be so that now we are equal, absolutely equal with the Lord? That's not possible. Soham means to understand I am not this matter, I am spirit soul, as good as Supreme Lord. So look at another one. Prabhupada is now really joking. Seriously, he is joking. Now, how he is God? You cannot control nature. Suppose behind the nature there is no God. All right, you control the nature. No? Suppose behind the stick my hand is working. You cannot see my hand. But you control the stick which is beating you, which is kicking you. Control that. So you cannot control anything and you have become God. Soham, Tattvamasi. These slogans misused, simply misused. The Prabhupada says, if I take stick and beat you, what kind of God you are? You can't control one stick. It's a so simple philosophy, no? They are misused. Okay, so now where this confusion is coming from? You see, in Upanishads and other places also in the Vedas, many times for Atma and God, the same word is used, Brahman. Even Atma itself can refer to Paramatma, can refer to Atma, the soul, can refer to the body, can refer to the mind also. So you see, this is the shloka from Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Etaj gyeyam nityam eva atma samstam natav param veditavyam hikinchit bhokta bhogyam prepitaram chamatva sarvam proktram trividam brahmam eti. Three things are called Brahman in the Vedas. What are these three things? The individual spirit soul who enjoys material nature, the material nature that is object of his enjoyment, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead who dominates both the individual soul and matter are described as threefold Brahman. Trividam Brahmam etat. You see, so sometimes in shloka you say Brahman, Jiva is described Brahman, Pradhana is described Brahman, Mahatattva is described Brahman, matter is described Brahman, Jiva is described Brahman. Why? Because they are Brahman, they are energies of the Lord. And then confusion comes. Aham Brahmasmi. That's it. And then Supreme Brahman also described. Then they misunderstand. When it refers to Supreme Lord, that's me. Yeah? And then the whole problem. And they quote the shloka Brahman. Ultimate is Brahman. They quote the shlokas. So this is the misunderstanding. Okay, here how Madhvācārya explains Soham. Not only Soham, everything else. The Lord is present in Ekarshi, in Yama, and all other names. These are all names of demigods. If you see the shloka, this is where we are. Here we are. Pushan, maintainer. Pushan refers to the sun sometimes, but sun maintains to other also devatas. Ekarshe, primeval rishi, the first rishi. Yamaraj, Surya, Prajapati, correct? Then, like that. Okay. So, some interpreters say that these are names of demigods, that devotee is praying to all these demigods. But Madhvācārya says, no. Lord is present in those demigods, bearing those respective names, as he possesses the attributes conveyed by these names. So all the qualities here are actually coming from the Lord. So this prayer is offered to the Lord. It's not offered to the demigods. O nourisher, O knowledge incarnate, O supreme controller, O goal of the devotees, O goal of Brahma, expand knowledge of myself and increase my sense knowledge so that I can see your beautiful form. That Lord in the sun planet is also present as Aham, who cannot be discarded, and Asmi, who eternally respects existence within Vayu. Now you see how Madhvācārya translates. Aham means one who cannot be discarded. And Asmi, who eternally respects existence. So this, he say Aham and Asmi used in this shloka, these are just another two names of God. That's all. Nothing to do that I'm equal to God or anything like that. And he gives, Madhva, he gives a shloka for that. It's not that he is speculating something. These are names of God. That's all. Here, he quotes again. Pradhana Jnana Rupatha Vishnu Karshi Geyo Yamo Niyamana Hari Surya Sasuri Kamyatvat Prajapatya Prajapatehe. He gives and he gives all the names. Asmin, what it means, Aham. So here, Vishnu is called Karshi because he is the principal form of knowledge. He is called Yama because he controls everything. He is called Surya because he is the goal of the devotees, Suris. You see that? He is called Prajapatya because he is particularly the goal of Prajapati, Brahma. He is called Aham because he cannot be discarded. Ah means not and Ha means destroy. Aham means one who cannot be destroyed. He is called Asmi, situated in all beings, because of his regard for Jiva's eternal existence. But the Supreme Lord also remains separate from all Jivas. He is called Kratu, this is from Shloka 17, he just goes on explaining, because his form of knowledge. He is called Agni, verse 18, because he is the guide. Ni, to lead in the body, Ag, for Anga. Agni means one who leads this body, one who is guiding the body. In this verse, the first use of word asau comes from the word asu, life. Asau does mean in asu or in vayu. Now, this is particularly, Madhvas, they have understanding the vayu is most important of all devatas because prana vayu is one who actually maintains the life, who keeps the soul within the body. So this is how Madhva explained. And he quoted Brahmanda Purana. You can see this. The shlokas are exactly according to this is another, apart from Bhagavad Purana, which corresponds the given essence of Isopanisad in these 9 shlokas. Brahmanda Purana also gives explanation for all the shlokas. As you could see, every purport Madhvacharya is quoting Brahmanda Purana and just same words are used and explained that, Okay, here, Vedānta-deśika explains. Okay. O Lord, Supreme Nourisher of the devotee, O Lord who sees everything, O Controller of everything, O Giver of intelligence to the devotees, O Ruler of all jivas, please remove the fierce rays which hide your form. Please gather together your glowing effulgence. May I see that forms of yours which is most beautiful. I, the Paramatma dwelling within me, is he who is that person in the sun. Now he translates differently. That Soham refers that Paramatma is in my heart also, which is also in the sun. Now, okay. Describing what is seen in that vision of Lord, the devotee requests such a vision. Now you will see why Prabhupada first glorified the Ramanujacharya in that purport defeating Mayavad. Because really Ramanujacharya did it first. Later on Madhva did it again, differently. But first is really Ramanujacharya who presented all arguments against Mayavad. And you can see now in this commentary, which is... Pushan means nourisher. Ekarshi means the supreme seer, beyond the perception of the senses. Okay? Yama means inner controller. Surya means one who inspires the intelligence of his devotees. Prajapatya, these are from Sanskrit dictionaries translations. Prajapatya means the inner ruler of all those born from Brahma. Or the meaning of the suffix ya can be discarded. Then the compound of praja and pati means master of the people. Please remove fierce rays which obstruct the sight of your form. Collect your glowing effulgence. I see that the transcendental forms of yours, the shelter of all auspiciousness, which is more beautiful than all beautiful things. He can see, I see that form. This form has been described with such words as Aditya Varnam. Remember, Aditya Varnam, Tamasat Parasa. Coral like the sun in various Shrutis. The use of the present tense, as in the succeeding statement, Soham Asmin, indicates that the devotee is performing his practice at a time. However, you understand, he says, I'm praying and I'm also like you. However, since it is a prayer, it should be converted to the potential tense. May I see the your form? The word te is repeated to convey the unusual nature or form of the Lord. Okay, so here, this is why did you Soham Asmi? Actually, the prayer is going on, the practice is going on. So he didn't see the Lord yet. Although he say, I'm of the same nature, but he didn't see yet the Lord. Okay. Or, it is second te, with pashyami is taken to mean, I see your form for your purpose alone. It can indicate a statement of absolute dependence. So now you see, because Acharyas they knew Sanskrit and we do not know Sanskrit, they emphasize if this, the word te is used with pashyami, that indicates that actually I absolutely depend on you. I cannot without your mercy see you. Next, there is the scripture meditation, Lord, using the word aham. Yosau asau purusho soham asmi. Now, asau is used 2 times. If you see in the shloka, it goes like this. Asau is used 2 times. The repetition of the word asau, that expresses great respect for the Lord. Or it may be used as an accompanying word, vidyad, as in following example. Then immediately he quotes, He who is beyond the senses, subtle, unmanifest and eternal, composes all beings and is inconceivable, shines independently. This is from Manusmriti. Along with correlatives such as yat and tat, asau could then be repeated twice. The 2 uses of the word asau also indicate the Lord who is famous in the scriptures for being very distant from our senses. You see, so now basically what Acharyas do many times, they use Panini's grammar, which says, in this, if word refers to this, that is the meaning. If word refers to that, that's the meaning. So using the rules of grammar, you can explain same shloka differently. Okay. The word Purusha means that person who has qualities such as fullness, Purnatva, and who exists before all others, Purva Sattva, who has a form, the color of the sun, Aditya Varna, and is famous as Mahapurusha, the Supreme Lord, in verses such Purusha Sukta, which are dedicated only to Supreme Lord, occurring in all the Vedas. Okay. The word aham, I, indicates through the jiva, the Paramatma within the jiva, since Paramatma is the soul of the jiva. This is how Vedānta-deśika took the meaning in this. Soham means that Paramatma which is in my heart, that is the same person who is in the sun. This is one, you will see he goes on explaining. The copula verb asmi, then also realize that I, Paramatma, whom the jiva is his attribute. Aham accompanies the first person verb from asmin according to grammar, in spite of the fact that the speaker is speaking not of himself, but the Paramatma within himself. Thus the first person verb is not destroyed when the Paramatma within himself is addressed as I. So thing is that he calls I the Paramatma in the heart. So for us it's maybe unusual to hear this. But you see, you have in Sanskrit it is done. Second thing is, you have in Bhagavad Gita one moment Krishna says to Arjun, surrender that to that one within the heart. As speaking to somebody else. Who is that in the heart? Paramatma. Paramatma is Krishna. So why Krishna will say that you should surrender unto me who am in your heart. He already told, aham sarvasya chaham hridi sannavishta. I am that in the heart. Already explained. But when you talk, about functional form of Paramatma, about that Samoham Sarvabhuteshu, about Anumanta and Upadrishta, Krishna may say, not only for you, Arjun, for all others who are following all the processes of spiritual realization, they should meditate on Paramatma in the heart. They should surrender to Lord in the heart. You know? You are my devotee. You surrender to me. Isn't that, even we do that. We do that, you know. Sometimes devotee who has service, you know, as a cook, you know. He said, Prabhuji, if so many guests are coming, cook should be informed. He is the head cook. He didn't say, I should be informed. He simply said, cook should be informed. That's the principle. Correct? So he didn't say I. He used third. So one who is new there, he may hear, oh, and who is the cook? I'm the cook. Oh. You understand? So same thing. When he say I, referring to Paramatma, is acceptable, according to the grammar. The first Tattvamasi, because immediately the Mayavad is quoted. You see, Aham, Soham, and Tattvamasi is already confirmed in other Vedas. You are that. Should be treated similarly. The second person, verb asi, is accompanied by second person pronoun you, implied the state according to Panini's rule. Thus with the second person, you or tvam, the verb form asi does not disappear when the person, supreme conscious entity, tat, is addressed as you. The meaning is, the Paramatma within you, Tvam, is that supreme conscious entity, that. So it refers to Tattvamasi, refers that Paramatma, he is the supreme. In common usage, not indicating God, the first and second person verb for a similar combined with I and you in figurative way, not literally, in phrases such aham tvam asi, I am you, which actually means I am like you. Not I am you, doesn't mean I am you. I am like you. You see, we do not know Sanskrit, so this is difficult for us to follow. But these are all from this Panini's rules of grammar. And tvam aham asi, you are me. The first or second person pronoun in this case also, even though the use is figurative only, accompanies appropriate verb forms because of grammatical rule of Panini. So through grammar he is explaining that we are not absolutely one with the Lord. Okay, goes on, hold on. In the scriptures we find combined second and first person pronouns employing the same verb, argument, when used figuratively. For instance, Tvam vaham asmi bhagavato devate. O Devata, O Lord, I am you. Varaha Upanishads. But that not, Bhagavato, he is devotee. He says, Lord, I am you. We don't say this in English, so for us it's a little difficult to understand. But in Sanskrit you can express like this. This is because Panini's rule indicates that the verb from form should be accompanied by appropriate pronoun. The Sri Bhashya commentary on Tattvamasi says, what is accomplished when the subject of the verb designates nothing? Coming at the conclusion of the section, it is clear that the intention of the statement is to forbid the twisting of grammatical rules beyond their stated scope. So, some claim that the sentences Tattvamasi and Soham Asmi teaches the concept of only one Brahman with no qualities, by destroying the false illusory forms of cause, Ishvara, and effect, Jiva. So both are illusion. The Jiva is individual, Mayavadi said that this is illusion, and that Ishvara, somebody who caused the Jiva, that's also illusion. Because Jiva is Brahman. So there is no cause, there is no effect. Both are illusion. See that? You see how they are offensive. They don't accept the God that exists. They don't accept the Ishvara. However, like a knife, the word asmi destroys this concept because it indicates the state of my existing even after the realization. So why? Because this word asmi, I am, I exist, even after realizing soham, asmin, soham, I am like you, asmin, I still exist, means the individuality exists even after liberation. So he said that this concept that everything is one Brahman with no qualities, like a knife, the word asmi destroys conception because it indicates the state of existing even after realization. This whole Katha Upanishad is given for that purpose, the Nachiketa asks question, whether individuality exists after the moksha. And Yamaraj explains this. So, since the concept of you and I are supposed to be rejected by the hearer, tvam, and seeker, aham, if these two sentences according to proponents of philosophy, there can be no one who is enlightened by the state of tvamasi, you existing, and there can be no one seeking Brahman by the state aham, my existing. That is useless. Okay, if I realize that I am you, I can't say it. Because I don't see any more you, I don't see any more I. Because I realize it. When you realize absolute oneness, you don't see duality. So you can't say I am in you, because there is no more I and you, there is oneness. Because they say it's one consciousness. Watch out, I'm not speaking you realize, so you're self-realized soul, individual still. So you can see duality. No, you become one. You became one, that consciousness. So you can't say I am you and you am one, if you are realized. If you're speaking like this, you are not realized. It's meaningless. Because that, you understand, that because of consciousness is one. That's the point. One may argue that our agreement with the verb asi and asmin exists only because of presence of learned speech, which identify illusory objects, which should be dispelled, and do not indicate existence of anything in the present. But we prefer to accept the logical connection between words and objects designated, rather than rejecting them. So, now they are speaking, actually, this is to teach us that we should not see the difference and this and that. You understand? They say that this should be achieved. We are not speaking about realization. But here, the words are saying, I'm praying to you, I'm realizing, I am that. So that cannot be the meaning. Because the words exist, we cannot reject them. No? There is logical connection. We cannot reject the statement. We cannot say actually means something else. Others explain the tattvamasi and soham, asmin, in terms of one existence, sat only Brahman, alone, which is qualified with two parts, Ishvara and Jiva. If only I and you are to be identified absolutely with Brahman or sat, then I and you could not even exist and be uttered. If one says that I and you are to be identified Brahman qualified with I-ness and yo-ness, this is rejected because then the statement should be expressed with a third person. So now you see, if you say that Brahman and Jiva are in one in consciousness, then somebody else should say this who is not realized, that you and Brahman are same. Because if I say I am seeing equal, it's not possible, because I cannot see duality. So third person has to be involved. But this is not what Shloka says. So that existence qualified I and you is the supreme. That is not possible. If one says that the visible object I and you are to be equated with the form of Ishvara who arises from the Sat, Tattvamasi would mean you are Ishvara. This is rejected because the visible I and you cannot have absolute identity with the invisible Ishvara. Just as one cannot equate a vase made of clay to the forms of a pot and plate made of clay. You understand? This is a good example. Because they say that they are trying to explain now that Jiva actually is Ishvara. So now you should see the Jiva is Ishvara. Okay. Now clay pot and what do you say? And clay plate. There is a clay pot and clay plate. Both are made of mud. Okay? That is that. But now, what is the point? That you cannot say the vase and the pot and the plate are same because they are made of mud. They are not same. They have different shapes. This is reality. Soon as you see shapes, you are not speaking about the totality of clay. Correct? Soon as you see distinction, you can't say equality of Ishvara. So here, you cannot have absolute identity with the invisible Ishvara and still speak about Ishvara. Because Ishvara does not exist according to them. It's one consciousness, they're all one. So how can you equate invisible Ishvara to the jiva. Just as one cannot equate a vase made of clay to the forms of pot and plate made of clay. If you say that I and you are identified with some aspects of Brahman, such as satta or existence, this is unacceptable because there is a lack of definition of specific aspects of Brahman which I and you possess. Consequently, there would be an impossibility of meditating on I and you as identical with unspecified aspects of Brahman. Because Brahman has no attributes, no qualities. So how I'm going to understand that we are equal? On which basis? Because there's no any attribute described that makes equality. We are all equal. We are all humans. We have some attribute to equate us. Correct? We are not animals. We are humans. You are all Indians. So I have some common thread to equate you with. But the absolute Brahman has no attributes. How you are going to equate anything to him? On which basis you are claiming I and you? So here this is said. Consequently, it will be impossible meditating I and you as identical with unspecified aspects of Brahman. There is no anything to link to. How you are going to, on which basis you say I am Brahman when Brahman has no qualities? You see, understand. They are bluffing, this Mayavadis. Nor should one claim that Tattvamasi and Soham Asmi are simply statements instructing to see how you as if they are Brahman. Now look at this. Now Vedānta-deśika goes so far explaining. That doesn't refer that even you are Brahman as we explain. But actually are not. For gaining knowledge for the purpose of liberation, which will be later be discarded as untrue, for such method Rishivit is not accepted by the knowers of Vedanta. Okay. Certainly, one can explain the statement Tattvamasi Soham Asmi in a metaphorical rather than literal way, where their term may have a derived meaning, not absolute identity. Now, in the statement, you are the king or I am the king, the word king can have secondary meaning. You are like a king or I am like a king. So, to Soham could be taken metaphorically. I am Brahman. However, metaphorical use is rejected in this verse because there is more natural explanation. The Vedas as well as common usage accept that words signify class and particular qualities referring to existing objects, not the some illusory appearances whose meaning can be discarded. And ultimately to the conscious self within, in reference to devatas and humans. Thus I in Soham Asmin refers to Paramatma. So that is his point. He is saying it doesn't refer even that I am Brahman, so in that way we are qualitatively one. Refers to Paramatma because there is a direct meaning which is explained through the Vedas. So why not accept that one, direct meaning? One may reject the calamity of equating the Lord with the jivas and annihilating I or jiva, and propose instead that Soham Asmi simply express seeking of the pure form of the self. I am that person who is the Purusha, called the jiva. But that cannot be accepted because the same explanation cannot be given for statements such Tattvamasi and Tvam va aham asmi, since Tat and Tvam do not refer to jiva at all, but to Brahman. There should be a common solution for all the statements. Even if they take the statement Soham Asmi to mean I am essentially Brahman, indicating seeking out of Atma through higher knowledge, the meaning of Brahman is still derived. And it is preferable to take direct meaning. So he say, okay, you can translate like this. I am essentially Brahman. Of course, we don't take it exactly in this way. We take it, I am Brahman means I am energy of the Lord. We are not equating ourselves to Supreme Brahman. But they are different groups of Mayavadis. Everybody takes a little different aspect. It's not that only one concept is there. So he went on one by one, whatever they say, he defeated. Okay, Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa. O Narishir, O wise sage, O controller, object of devotee's worship, O Vishnu, withdraw your rays and remove your effulgence so that I can see your beautiful form. That form in the sun planet is also present in another form. I am he. He simply says what Sanskrit says. Doesn't bother about that. But he gives explanation. Don't worry. Clarifying the nature of Lord, the Rishi praying again in this verse. The matter, Ushnik now is not Anushtup anymore, Ushnik matter, and therefore I didn't know how to chant it. So 20 odd syllables, 8, 12, 7, 8, 12, 7 by 4. O nourisher of devotee, Bhushan, the supreme revealer of mantra, Ekarshi, the controller of universe, Yama, worshipped by the devotee, Surya, descendants of Prajapatya, displaying Vyuha, your splendor, Rashmi, contract your form, Tejas, and bestow knowledge to me. Or the sentence can mean, withdraw the rays which obstruct my vision and take away your effulgence. Then I will be able to see your form, which is most beautiful or auspicious, by your mercy. Okay, he explained how this second, by the word te. Again, Vedānta-deśika used same. Next, he explained in which manner one can see that form. That person who is situated in the sun is also situated in separate form. I become that person, Soham. Now in the Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa explanation from Vedanta Sutra commentary. What means Soham? Soham means bhakti. Soham is bhakti. This is explanation of the third Pada 3, Shloka 46 in the Vedanta Sutra commentary. Now this is the statement and he is going to explain. Soham means bhakti. It has been established that one will attain the result from worship of the Lord endowed with qualities with the mercy of Guru. Okay. This conclusion is strengthened by reconciling the meaning of contrary statements such as the following. Gopal Tapani, Upanishads, Brahma, on being asked by sages about the entity having qualities like being most worthy of worship, indicated Krishna to have those qualities and to bhakti as the cause of attaining him. So you see, this is now he quotes Gopal Tapani Upanishads, that who is the object of worship, who is the most qualified to be worshipped, and how to attain him. So Brahma immediately said that Tasmadeva paro rajasa iti soham ityavardya gopaloham iti bhavyati. He explains first that Krishna is supreme object of worship, by bhakti you can worship. Then he quotes the second shloka. Tasmateva paro rajasa iti soham ityavadharya gopaloham iti bhavyati. Samoksham ashnate sabrahmatvam adhigachanti sabrahmavid bhavati. Therefore, one should understand that the Lord is beyond the gunas, and one should identify one's interests with his using the mantra Soham. You heard that? One should identify one's interest with his using the mantra Soham. How many times Prabhupada say, there is oneness with the interest of the Lord, with the desire of the Lord, that we have no individual separate desire for pleasing our senses and achieving our goals, but our desire is to please the Lord. That is called oneness. You see from where it's coming from? From Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa's commentary on Vedanta Sutra. One should identify one's interest with his interests using the mantra Soham. One should thus meditate, I am Gopal. He becomes free of ignorance. He attains his spiritual form. He knows Krishna. This is from Gopal Tapani Upanishads. Alright. With the word Soham, one sees practice of seeing non-difference of the Jiva and the Lord. Doubt is this. Is this meditation one as of Swarupa of the Lord and Jiva, or is it type of bhakti as previously taught? Now you can see Vedanta Sutra how it goes. There is proposal, then there is a doubt. Then there is Purva Paksha, then there is opposition. Wrong conclusion. Because of direct meaning of the words, the cause of liberation is identifying Jiva as identical with the Lord. Now proposal is, yes, Soham means Jiva is equal to the Lord. Question is this meditation one is of Swarupa of the Lord and Jiva, or is it type of bhakti as previously taught? So here, then the explanation comes. Soham means type of bhakti because of the context. It's just like deity worship and meditation. Soham in alternative form of bhakti previously mentioned, Purva Vikalpa. Why? Because bhakti was previously stated in the same Upanishad and also at the end. So because bhakti was the mean to achieve it also, it's mentioned there. So bhakti is one with the interest of the Lord. Act in such a way, it will be one with the interest of the Lord. That is called bhakti. So Soham is bhakti. Then he explained, Bhaktir asya bhajanam. Bhajanam or service means devotion service to Krishna. It is concentration of the mind on Krishna, without desire for enjoyment in this life or the next. It destroys all karma. This is Gopal Tapani Upanishad 114. Sachit anandika rase bhakti yoga tishtati. The Lord resides in bhakti, which is completely filled with eternity, knowledge and bliss. Again, Gopal Tapani Upanishad quote. Because of this context, Prakaranat, the statement Soham is in a middle text, must be a type of bhakti, cannot mean anything else. As example is given, is like deity worship, kriya, and meditation, manasvat. Just as these two are types of bhakti, meditating Soham is also type of bhakti, previously mentioned. That the state of I am that arises when out of great attachment or fear, one becomes absorbed in an object. Now this is another explanation. Out of attachment, one may say, I am Krishna. Is out of attachment love. Out of fear, one may say, I am a lion. What is said is this. In the first part of Upanishad it was said, Kah paramo devata, who is supreme deity? The sages asked Brahma about supreme goal, most worthy of worship, which destroys samsara, shelters all, and causes everything. Brahma replied, Sri Krishna vai paramam daivatam. Krishna is supreme deity. Gopal Tapani Upanishad. He explained that Krishna was endowed with the proper qualities. He then instructs the sages to meditate on Krishna, and when they ask about bhakti rendered to Krishna, worthy of worship, Brahma describes Krishna's Swarupa along with his associates. Te hochu kim tad rupam, tadu hovacha, hairanyo gopa vesham, abrabham. What he says? He who wears covered clothing and is dark like a cloud. Gopa Vesham. You see how God is described? Gopa Vesham. He is a Gopal. He is taking care of cows, enjoying his leelas. Gopa Vesham. Who is Supreme Lord? Krishna Vai Paramandevata. How he is looking? Gopa Vesham. You see, Prabhupada is teaching us all the time. It's all from Shastra, from Gopal Tapani Upanishads. Okay. He explained that Krishna, the form just described, is to be attained by japa. Ramyam, Puna, Rasanam. One should chant his mantra. After describing Krishna's knowledge and bliss, he concluded by saying, Tasma Shri Krishna eva paro devata. Therefore Krishna is Supreme Lord. Okay, in the second part of Upanishad, Krishna, when playing with the gopis, was questioned by them. He ordered them to feed Durvasa with food. Remember that famous lila is from Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Remember last time we went for Yatra in Vrindavan, then when Mathura, we crossed the Yamuna, we took bath, we crossed Yamuna and went to Durvasa Muni's ashram. Remember? And this story was narrated, how the Durvasa, Krishna told to gopis, you cross Yamuna by saying, I'm the Krishna is Brahmachari and Yamuna will give you pathway. Remember, this is from Gopal Tapani Upanishad. This is not some local Stala Purana story. You know? So gopis were wondering, how is this possible? Okay. Durvasa was satisfied with them and offered them boon. They asked about Krishna, desiring to explain how Krishna's pastimes were different from others' pastimes. Starting, I am He Sri Krishna. He spoke about Krishna being the cause of everything, his nature being controlled by pure affection, and his eternal love for his consorts. When asked about Krishna's birth, activities, and abode, Durvasa told the story of Brahma and Narayan in order to describe the conclusion by repetition, starting with Sahovacha Tam Hi, Gopal Tapani Upanishad. He explained that Krishna is complete and gives liberation from samsara. He describes Krishna's place, Mathura, which is Brahman, which holds the chakra and which shines with many forests. Then he states, Tasmamevam paro rajaseti soham. Now again, Durvasa Muni says, soham. A statement of non-difference of Jiva and Lord in order that a person could attain liberation. No? What is the point? The point is, soham is used in this sense to understand that I identify with the Lord. I'm of nature, of the Lord's nature. I don't belong to material world. His activities, pastimes and transcendental qualities and loving service, this is all transcendental. Soham, I'm also part of that transcendental. I'm not part of this material world. In that sense it is used. Because of the context as stated, this identity of self and the Lord must be a type of bhakti, which was previously taught. This particular state in which one says, I am he, is like weeping and fainting. A statement of no difference, seen also in Ṭhākura Upanishad in the statement, Brahmana aham asmi. I am Brahman, occurs only when there is actual difference between Lord and the devotee. It occurs in person completely overcome by love for the Lord. This was previously explained. So if the devotee fully love of God say, Aham Brahmasmi, Soham, so that is his expression of love and identifying with the Lord, with his pastimes, I'm also part of that Lord. I'm like you, I'm not like this, I don't want this Maya, I'm not like this materialistic people. It's an expression of love, you see that? So it goes on. One should accept the statement Soham as a particular type of bhakti, not as attempt to merge Jiva and the Lord. Another reason given for this conclusion. Soham indicates type of bhakti because there is a statement, Ati Deshat, that the Lord has affection for the devotee, just as Brahma has for his sons. Then he quotes. Krishna says, just as you, Brahma, are affectionate to your sons, just as Shiva is affectionate to his associates, Yata Rudro Ghanasaha. Just as I am affectionate to Lakshmi, so I am affectionate to my devotees. The Vacha indicates another later statement. Jyayan mama priyo nityam samoksham adhigacchati samukto bhavati tasmai swatmanam chadadami vai. Meditating in this way, he who is dear to me attains eternal liberation. He gives up material bondage. More than that, I give myself to him. See that? So Soham also hints, Krishna gives himself to his devotees. So this is definitely process of bhakti, when somebody is shouting, Soham, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. This is explained here. Okay, so, little more. Krishna says that he is eternally affectionate to his devotees and gives himself to his devotee, who has given himself to the Lord. Therefore, oneness is not possible. Why? Because he said, he gives himself to a devotee who gives himself to the Lord. Two selves are there. Therefore, Soham should be understood to be type of bhakti. Statements of Soham in Ramatapani Upanishad should be understood in the same way. Therefore, liberation is achieved by worship of the Lord, not identity with the Lord. Along with the mercy of the Guru, there is no fault in this conclusion. Okay. Now Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Ṭhākura, he quotes Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa's commentary also. He says, explain in this connection that Mayavadis may argue that Vedas say Sarva Kalamidam Brahma, everything is Brahman, and the Tattvam Asi Shvetaketo, O Shvetaketo, you are that. And therefore the only thing in existence is impersonal Brahman and everything else is illusion. Brahman Satyam Jagad Mithya. To counter the argument, Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa quotes the verse from Chandogya Upanishad, where there is explanation how everything is Brahman. The various senses are dependent upon the life force, and therefore they are collectively known as the life force, although the actual life force is different from them. In this way, the senses are designated as life force because they are manifested from the life force, although they are actually different from it. Now, if we ask karmis that whose nose? My nose. Who's here? My. Where are you? All of this. Because the soul is in the body, body is alive. They identify that life is the body. I'm alive. But they think of body also. Correct? We know body is dead, just like a shirt is dead. But the shirt is moving because there is some inner force moving the shirt. So you see, this, because the movement of the limbs, of the senses, depend on living force. It's identified, living force. What do you say? Living being. You are a living being. We also say, correct? Okay, so here, the various senses are depending upon life force, upon the soul. And therefore they are collectively known as the life force. You are alive, a living being. Although the actual life force is different from the senses, correct? We are not this body. Soul is there, therefore it is alive. In this way, senses are designated life force because they manifest from the life force, although they are actually different from it. In the same way, individual living entities have emanated from Supreme Brahman, and they are therefore designated as Brahman to show their source of origin, although they are actually different from the Supreme Brahman. That's all. Simple explanation. Correct? Okay. Okay, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. O Pushan, Ekarshi, Surya, Prajapatya, remove your rays, restrict your light. Then I can see your most auspicious form. I am qualified to see that form because you, the complete person, Paramatma, your portion in the world, and we jivas are also all spiritual by nature. If you are merciful, I can see you. How he explains Soham? Like you are spirit, I am also spirit. Therefore I am qualified to see you. Give me that spiritual eyes, remove that dazzling effulgence. Commentary. Though you are full Lord, you enter the world as Purusha, the controller of Maya. You use many types of energy to regulate Maya. Being the shelter of these energies, you become designated by such names as Pusha, Ekarshi, Yama, Surya, Prajapatya. Prajapatya refers to Vamananda. Situated in the material world, I think of those forms and long to see your eternal form. When you are merciful and I become qualified to see you, I will be able to see your form. All good qualities are in your eternal form. You have situated me in a spiritual form as well. With your mercy, I can see your eternal form. Now this is the point. Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura said, Soha means that you have spiritual form. I also have. By your mercy, I achieve spiritual form. I achieve spiritual eyes, so I can see your spiritual form. That's all. Simple explanation. Okay, any comments, any questions, anything to discuss? Now you see how Acharyas defeat Maya, you see? All of them, just one after another, quoting shlokas, explaining. Not absolute identity with God. That's bogus. That's really Maya. Maya what? Yes.
It's very inspiring to hear that we couldn't perceive it before. Soham can also be a kind of expression of bhakti.
Yeah, it's amazing that that's expression of bhakti, you know. Lord, I'm with you, I'm part of you, I'm also with you. Yeah? Because we are here, Jiva. You see, once these original feelings for Lord are invoked, Jiva have very intense feeling of missing the Lord. Shunyaitam jagat sarvam. Shunyaitam jagat, all world is empty, Lord, where are you? Soham, I'm with you there, I'm a part of that, I'm not part of this. Huh? You understand, it makes sense, very good point, amazing. Huh? Yes?
Sanskrit.
Yeah, Sanskrit, we do not know Sanskrit, so simply we blink with our eyes, what to do. Now you know how much we are learned. When we talk, I read 3 times Gita, 5 times. 5 times Bhagavad. Oh, I am very learned. No? And the little Sanskrit comes, everybody blinking with the eyes only. What to do? Therefore, Prabhupada translated kindly in English so we can get benefit. But you can see purpose. You can see Prabhupada's conclusion according to Acharyas. Nothing else Prabhupada spoke than all the Acharyas' conclusion. This is called parampara. In simple language for us. Simple language, simple English that we can understand. That's how we could understand any of this. You know? Then when I showed to Guru Maharaj our translations of, our translation means whatever available translations, few translations we have of Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇ's commentary, you know, few different translations, from Gaudiya Math, from two from ISKCON, like that. Then Maharaj look for one shloka, not like that. You must know Sanskrit, otherwise English won't do. So even this what we have is not exactly, you know. Language you do not know, then how can you? You know yourself when English lecture is going on and Tamil translation. How much actually translation matches, even if it's best translator? What about feelings? What about mood? What about that? What the speakers try to express, you know? And these are the tough subjects. This is not some storytelling, you know. This is really explaining, delineating the differences of Lord and the Jiva. Tattva is explained. So and you know Sanskrit. Sanskrit means how much you can translate, you know. It's amazing, no? There is a commentary on Madhvācārya. Tattvamasi means atattvamasi. Because tattvamasi comes in the shloka and the last word finish with A. So you can split Sanskrit like this. So could be Tattvamasi, his conclusion, Atattvamasi. You are not that. According to Sanskrit, he quotes Panini, he quotes the grammar, everything is fine. so like that. So what is your question?
I mean, speciality is there in Sanskrit, so that people give completely opposite meanings.
Yeah, but you can't give meaning, even opposite meaning must be supported by some Shastra. That's the point. Therefore he says, must be accepted as bhakti. Why? Because previous shloka describes bhakti. And Lord gives himself and devotee gives himself. And they are liberated. He is liberated, but their individuality is maintained. So he goes on quoting you shlokas for whatever he says. It's not that he derives from grammar some meaning which is not according to Guru Sadhu Shastra. You see, this is the point. Even conclusion you can derive, but should be according to Guru Sadhu Shastra. Cannot be some other conclusion than you come opposing by your grammar. That won't do. That is not accepted because grammar is not superior to the truth. And truth is ascertained by the Shrutis, by the Vedas. Correct? Shruti, Smriti, we accept. Correct? So this is the thing, that you are Acharya, but not that you speculate yourself. And what it is, we really must understand. The Acharyas are pure devotees. Krishna really reveals knowledge to them. This is what it happens. Actually, he really gives them guidance how to understand. You know, Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa says, Govinda came and dictated Govinda Bhashya, no commentary on Vedanta Sutra. He's saying, Krishna instructed me what to write. Prabhupada says the same thing. Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.